only reason it took me a second to start up the actual stream is because I've been kind of flattening this off just a little bit, hence we're down to this corner now. But this was literally very hilly instead of being like super repetitive and like having to clear like this whole section up to there and fill all this in to what you see here where it's like that far away. So it'd be super repetitive doing the same thing. I did kind of push off to do the stream till now, but pretty much, guys, we're going to do a little bit of creative building. I'm just waiting for my boy Sin to get back. He said he was going to go out and do something. I think he actually fell asleep, but whenever he finally gets back on, we'll be heading over, playing this on a different realm, and or playing some Call of Duty, depending on what he's in the mood for. And more than likely, he's probably going to be in the mood to do some Call of Duty since Double XP just hit. So we'll probably do some Call of Duty streams when that happens. We'll definitely do some streams. You guys haven't met the boys, so I figured today might be the day you guys get to meet the boys. I just wanted to sit down, lock in, and chill with them for a little bit, get to know them a little better before I actually put them on a stream. Because let's be honest, knowing them for just a little bit of time, I didn't know them too well, so I just wanted to make sure everything's going down. Plus, they had some drama going on, so instead of bringing up the drama into the stream, because you guys wouldn't have any idea to know what's going on, I just felt like the streams was not a good time to start doing the streams at that point. But now that we're basically more chill at the moment, apart from like, some sexual jokes going on, it's not as bad anymore. And you guys know me, I always done the sexual jokes. The sexual jokes are chill on the thing. It's just where the group had a falling out with other members in the group and stuff like that, which would be stuff you guys wouldn't understand. Just had some stuff going on. So that's another reason I haven't been streaming here lately, is because I just didn't want to bring that into the channel. But apart from that, we are back and good to go on streaming for a little bit until like some other shit blows up. But pretty much, guys, we are going to be doing a little bit of, creative builds, get some ideas. Because, I have played Minecraft in a hot minute. And when I say play, I mean like legit play. But I do have a realm I go play on. It's not my realm. It is actually Nikki's realm, which is the person I've been kind of joining to the Discord with alongside Sin and a couple other people, which are pretty chill. So, yeah, we more likely going to be playing with them a little bit more often. And you guys probably will be seeing them on stream as well. So, yeah. Just wanted to get some stuff out of the way and just wait for it to kind of like chill out for a minute before I done a stream. But right now I'm streaming alone because, well, Nikki's going to go get her lashes done. Sin right now is either asleep or be out doing some stuff because he said he had to go do some stuff. So, yeah, right now I'm kind of on solo. Dylan doesn't hop on unless Nikki's on, and someone else doesn't hop on unless Nikki's on. So literally I have to wait for her to be on to see at least two of the members. But yeah, we are playing with the mods on as well, guys. So when I say mods on, I mean plugins, which would be like the more glass, like the colorful glass, colorful concrete, I believe is what it's called. And we got some other stuff on, plus our little visuals. So you guys can see we get the realism, the wind blowing occasionally across our screen. We get butterflies. So yeah, we got all that stuff on at the moment. And the way I've layered it into the actual like server here, I'll actually, when I say server, it's single player, but we'll kind of back out and I'll show you guys what the settings are at the moment and how I've like rearranged the load orders for two different areas so you guys can see how to get it a little bit smoother. So for my smoothness, first we'll go over the video settings here. So as always, vibrant visuals, and then it's custom. Frame rate is maxed, and then shadow quality is ultra, cloud is ultra, fog is off, reflections is ultra, bloom intensity is full, TAAU is the bit there. I'm on 50% resolution upscaling because we're already using the massive version of upscaling right there anyways. Render distance is set to 14 chunks. You guys can go lower if you guys are on, lower tier consoles. Maybe your connectivity to the internet ain't that good, or for some reason your console just cannot run 14 chunks. I turned clouds off because we have a texture pack kind of thing. It adds clouds in, and it tells you to turn this off inside of its pack. Fancy leaves is on. Bubbles is on. As you can see, we go through this. So this is the first little set of settings there. To go through to make sure you guys are hopping in correctly. The next little bit is when you actually start up a world, so especially for realms like Nikki's realm here, so the Badsy realm, She went with the regular realm. It just gets put up there. Then she loaded the packs on top of that. A way you can actually get better world generation, which is what Sin was on about earlier. You guys didn't get to hear it. But he's like, why is there always constant ocean on Nikki's world? Not really being mean about it, just kind of like just chilling and kind of just really just asking me like, why is this happening? It's because the realm for the default realm when it gets put in is kind of like the old generation of like Minecraft, like go back to like 1.3.2 where it tries to add the new blocks and the new like stuff in, but it's still the really terrible world generation. So you actually want to go in and do your own world. For instance, when you go in, you want to hit create world right here, and then, hit create again, and then go over here, name your world, set your settings however you like it in your world for every one of these. And then you want to actually go to your world, and you're going to see two options. So if I go back into create one, you can see create on realms. So after I set up the settings, you can hit this, but not every setting is going to get pulled. The way you actually want to do that is have a world you actually launched into, like my Lucidity here. You'll be able to like hit edit here and then play on realm and then choose your realm, select which slot it goes onto in your realm, and then afterwards go to your realm, click realm hub, and then you're going to be able to go over to worlds, which for me it's going to show this one, so it says right one. I don't get to see the panel at the moment right now, but you're able to like go here and upload your world to the realm and be able to go through and make sure all your settings are set correctly. And then when you back out, it's going to kick every player on there if there is any on there, and then you'll be able to load up the world and play on the realm with the proper settings. But the way you want to do your settings for general idea is going to be, and now I will let you know, any settings you set here will get mismatched into the realm after it uploads, so you'll have to go reorganize it again in realm. But resource packs, you always need to do your resource there, soundscapes underneath it, realism VFX here, because what's happening is these two are going to be your top load, so it gets what loads first, and then the realism VFX is something that might change things that deal in these packs, so it tries to override certain things, and because we're adding realism into the game and we want the realistic view, we don't want Prisma overpowering the realism VFX. We want the realism VFX to kind of be able to change things it needs to change. So anything loaded underneath an object is the one that has the top priority. Alrighty. But you do want to load all your stuff to the top of your list that you want to be pulled first, which is going to be textures. Then after your textures, you're going to want to do world generation. So world generation being like, if I was to go over, right click, let's go to available. Like better structures here, biomes so plenty. That would be your next things under your graphical bit. From there, you actually want to run into your regular mods like weapons plus and tools, buckets plus, farming, all of that. And then underneath that is going to be where you want to put your like server side mods like tree capitator, essentials, realms management tools. You want to put those at the bottom of the list. Okay. So this is going to help with server functionality because it preloads the bigger things first and the things that needs to be loaded first. And then it goes into the sub details, right? Like settings, stuff like that. So it pulls the INIs. You want to do the same with your behavior pack. So if you go to behaviors, you're going to notice Soundscapes Plus here is above Realism VFX because it adds sounds. But I want the Realism VFX sounds to also be queued in. So that way Soundscapes is not over pulling Realism. Okay, Realism is the main mod here. It's set below, so it actually gets loaded last, but it does take priority. Alrighty. And then after that, same thing through here, the regular mods, and then underneath that is your tree capitator, essentials, and realms management tool again. So it actually helps the server-side performance. Make sure you're setting it up in that way for both of these. From there, you're able to click play. But once you do that, make sure you click play if you're going to add it to a realm. As you can see, I turned it as offline mode right now. But if you're adding it to a realm to show you can, if I quickly go to this one, which, by the way, is a multiplayer, you can see it's on. It allows you to click play on realms. From there, upload it to your realm, and you're good to go. Alrighty. Just figured I'd get that out of the way. Let's get back in here. For the realistic look, you do want to kind of do that, but I will let you know if you're playing Minecraft without a texture pack, it's going to be bright, it's going to be ugly, and it's not going to be good for your eyes. You're going to be like, my eyes, why do I have migraine? Because it's going to give you a headache too. It's that horrible for regular base Minecraft graphics to try to run vibrant visuals. And when I say that, like grass for some reason under vibrant visuals, instead of looking like this, it is literally like you turned a neon green sign on. It is really bright. Okay. So you will want to have a texture pack, and your texture pack has to actually in the store say vibrant visuals compatible, or else it's going to throw you back to the other graphic modes, which is fancy. Okay. So it's going to throw you to fancy instead of vibrant if you don't actually have a vibrant visuals pack. Okay. But yeah, if you're looking for water, it looks like this. It's like that. And then as you can see, I do have clouds. Okay. Now my cloud render range is turned basically to that, but my render distance is turned down completely. So that's why we don't see clouds way out there, is because I am also on console. So having to load all the edges and stuff like that. But the visuals VFX here, this one, okay. If I quickly do this, we go here, you're going to notice ground fog, blah, 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 all of this. But if we go into sky, you're going to notice I turned these two off, and you can see clouds here. Hint, disable render clouds into Minecraft video settings for the best result. And that is because you don't want to see these with the just giant white Minecraft block clouds. These actually look a little better. So that's why you turn it off in the settings, is because of this. Now, if you're not running this mod or plugin, which is Realism's VFX, you probably can leave clouds on. But because I already have clouds in game due to my plugins and stuff, I turn it off so it looks a lot better. Alrighty. But yeah, pretty much, guys, that's how that works. That's why we have everything set the way we have it. Now, what I'm thinking of doing is we're going to start with the left side of the house and bring this out first, and then work towards the right side of the house. So this way I can actually base everything off of this edge and not end up being like, okay, we'll build here and then somehow do so many blocks. Like I'm like, oh, I want 20 blocks or so. And then the 20th block is being like way out here, and I have to fill all this area in now. So we're going to start from here, and that way all we have to do is clear area instead of fill it. Okay. All right. Now, what I like to do in building is I do what's called tone mixing, and it actually brings out more as the aesthetic to your house, but also it brings more visual, not just the aesthetics. And I know aesthetic can be visual, but when I say that, I mean like instead of just being like tone deaf or one color, it actually just makes everything look vibrant, new, cool, a lot of different stuff. And the way to do that is, for instance, you use dark blocks with light. So if I go in here, I could do dark oak. And then what we would do is we're going to grab maybe some, I don't know, so we'll do dark oak with, now we come over, grab our planks, by the way. So we got to go this way. And we're going to mix dark oak with some birch wood, right? And then we'll occasionally dabble in some of the walls being like maybe spruce, right? So what it looks like is this. We got the dark log popping up, okay, where even the bottom, if you really want to do the texture detail, you do the bottom, okay? So it looks like, to show you guys an example of what multi-toning can do for you, it is absolutely great. Actually, let's go one more higher. That way we can actually have a better window here. Okay, so what two-toning allows is, now when we have that, I can come in, grab the planks, run them down this way, right? I can run them up this way. So you can see the window is going to be a little bigger, but it has a filling. So the window goes to this size now. And then imagine the interior of your house having this. Okay, so like this is the floor inside your house. I'll have to break this down in just a second, but that is your floor. So this is what you walk on, you look out, you can put your tables right here, and then that right there would be your window, right? And this two-tone makes it so you're not all looking like a house like this. And I'm going to show you what the difference is here in a second. Hold on. We're just going to do a little miniature wall here with like this, and we'll do like something like this, bring it out. Okay, like right here. So you're not having a house that just looks like this. Okay. And imagine this right here is your window. So I need to do one more up. Okay, so we need to actually take this up by one more. Boom. So we're not having a house that is all just one basic little color like this. We're actually giving it a little bit more vibrancy by splitting up the details, right? Making it look good. Okay. So that's why I do multi-toning. It's actually really, really easy to do. And it actually sets up your house later. If you're doing multi-toning, you don't have to do triple tone like I'm doing here, where it's like super light with a medium and then a dark. You can actually just use a light to dark ratio. And when I'm saying that, like even with vibrant packs, like if you're having like a pack like this one, you actually don't need 3 colors to make your house look good. You could actually do it in just 2 colors. And the reason I'm saying this is because we can actually go in and we're just going to grab ourselves a little bit of block of quartz. And then I believe I can actually just type in black, BLACK, and that's going to give us all this other stuff. But you can see we have black concrete, there's black wool, there's polished, black stone bricks. But yeah, that right there should be good enough, because think of this. So now we have this being our wall. So we can actually offset this. Okay, we're going to go up a little bit, bring it over. So it's the same height. And then now we can add in this going around, right? And then even though it's like this, we have now added our two-tone, and you can see it still looks pretty good, especially from the outside. It's not one direct color, and we're having a two-tone house here. And you can offset that with even more color, stuff like that. But I was showing you guys you can still do it somewhat with a two-color house. Okay. So when you build in Minecraft, build with multiple colors when you're going into your house, and try to keep it dark to light or light to dark. That way it looks nice and toned. You're not building something that just looks like you just slapped it together and calling it the best art in the world. Okay, you're actually two-toning. It actually looks really, really good. 2, 3 tones. You can go 4. Literally, you can have multiple different tones in your house, especially if you do it down to every little pixel, where the further away you get, you fly backwards, the more realistic it looks. You could do that too. Okay, but I just want to let you guys see, two-toning your house is absolutely amazing. And 3 tones, by the way, even better. And you can use this wood idea as well, mixed with these. You can also add in, like I said, 3 tones. So if we wanted to, we could actually just go grab obsidian right quick. So if I do OBS, and I'm not talking about open broadcast software, you can grab this stuff, where this stuff here could be the outer edge of your house. Okay. Where then we have this being in here. Okay, like that. And then your very, very light version of this, right? Coming in here. So you still get a little bit of lights with it, but you can see there's 3 different tones there. You're mixing it up, right? And then right here, you can see that's what it looks like. So you can do like little nether houses, stuff like that. Again, 2, 3 tone your houses. And try to find colors that actually like fit each other, and don't just do like pink and blue, okay? Because that just does not go. All right. Enough of tone said. Let's sit down and start building. So we're going to say the back of the house is right here. Okay. So we're just going to build this pretty high. And we're going to do this 3 wide, because we're going to do this. And what's going to happen is I'm able to just count. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we'll say like in this 10 slot, we'll do one of these. So we can actually just do this. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 slot again, right? Because this could be your windows. So you're planning where your windows are going to go. And the reason I'm saying you planned it this way is so when you're doing your interior torches, This could be your walls where your torches are. Well, I got to go up one more because the 4 is going to be right here. So this is where your torches could be doing this. And you can do this even shorter. You can do it like every 6 or so. But you'll do that because that is where your torches are going to set like this. So mobs don't spawn in your house, right? And make your windows really, really good. And then from here, you can be like, okay, I kind of want maybe 10 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is like the edge. So now what we're going to do is go ahead and do one more here and then turn it. And the reason for this is because when you're doing this, right here is where this is going to go. And then we're able to come in and carve in our other little look. So even like with the wood, you can actually see if I was to do this, right? With the quartz, you can see it is a light to dark ratio, which offsets the build a little better. But instead of, actually, you know what? I might actually do that. And we want a little higher windows. So we're just going to do this. So we actually have a really tall house here. Boop, 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 boop. There. Because what I can do now is run this way. And then we're going to offset by making our log right there. And then from here, you can actually do your blackstone on the inside throughout. Like this is where your 4 is going to be. So you can actually just mark it down right quick. Too wide. This way, that's the actual 4 of your house. Again, we're going to go ahead and do this so we know it goes this way. And now we have started this left side if we're doing like whatever house we're doing. Okay. And to show you what this looks like on the outside, if I was to do every little window this way, so let's go ahead and start doing the windows. Remember, we're stopping right there. And this is where this comes over. Okay, we're just going to come up. This is going to let me run this way and run this one this way. And you can kind of see what that's starting to do a little bit here. Once we get the whole wall in, you'll actually see what the tone is going to look like here in a second. Especially if we were on this side looking out, you'll see it in a second. All right, now that we got that, let's do 2 windows for the front, right? And then it's going to cut and kind of make a weird shape, right? We're going to kind of want a weird shaped house here. And this is why I'm saying, like, if I started over there, we might have ended way out there. Okay. So again, 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 10. Okay. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9, 10. Same thing here. There we go. Whoops. Misplaced one. There we are. Now we know this is where this is going to stop. And what we're going to do is come out one more. Because every corner is going to be this. Okay. And boom. There we go. That now has set down that. We know that's the corner. That's where the house is going to stop for this 4. So we know this 4 is only going to be this big. Okay, /room. So we can bring this back, meet it over here. Like that. So we know it's this big. Go ahead and throw these in. Where we know here, here, and here is this. Boop. And trust me, I've been doing this over in like actual survival too, by the way, guys. But this comes over. Now, some people would stop at a square house. Mine isn't going to be a square house. So somewhere right in here is where my door is going to be that leads over. So this is like a connecting wing into a square that has a little like weird front to it, where the next side of the house is going to look the same as this, where this now can host multiple bedrooms, right? It's big enough to host one. So we'll say 1, 2, 3, 4 bedrooms so far, with maybe a hallway right here, which is not bad, because think of it this way. If we come out and we was to find this, we do this. So it's about here. So, dude, I stopped her right on the perfect thing. Imagine here is a bedroom. Okay? On the inside floor plan. That is a room. Where now I just grab this, bring it up. Again, because every single corner is one of these. There we go. And then we do the same over here. So we know like right here is going to be teed off. Boom. Because right here is probably where the door is going to go somewhere. So if we just take this, fly forward, actually fly down so I can see what square this actually is. This one. Boom. That I know is a room. Same over here, where actually, to be honest with you, it would be right here where we just hung the torch. Okay. That would be a room. So you can floor plan while you're also building, guys. It's actually pretty simple to do. Actually, to be honest with you, because that is actually going to be a room. To actually cut that off, we'll put this here so we know that's a room. Boom. Right like this. Right? Bada bing, bada boom, baby. So far, we have 2 rooms of equal size made right next to each other. Boom. Now that we know these are rooms, we can actually just chill like this. And again, you can make the rooms however you want, so they don't have to actually be exactly the same. Because maybe, I don't know, maybe these are your like 2 eldest kids, right? So this is your kids' rooms, maybe. And they're like, these are your 15, 16-year-olds. And then you have maybe way down here, you put in a room. This right here could be a hallway for these doors, with the door leading out right here to this, where you do an even smaller room where, I don't know, you have your like little infant or something. Or maybe like a 6-year-old room here, then your 2 12-year-olds, whatever, right? You can build it however you want. But you guys are now getting to see the cool little stuff you can do here. Right, and this is just the left wing of the house. This ain't even the main house, because think about it. The main house is probably going to have a door like, we'll say right here. So we'll do like that, right? Although it'll actually be like right here, not right there, because we got to keep it in line with this, where the actual turn is. So this will actually be like that. And then this goes up, and then by 2. So right here goes up, and then we will connect this over. Bada bing, bada boom. Right here is definitely a wall. So we'll do this. This turns into that. And right here is another window. So window it up. And then right here is a wall. And what we can do is add now spruce on the interior. Okay, like this. So we're 3-toning now instead of 2-toning. And that adds a whole section of wall where you get your windows. You have this. You can put your beds, crafting table right there and still have your windows into the room. And you can make this a bit smaller if you guys want, but this is kind of what we're doing at the moment. And actually what we need to do here is that needs to be this. Okay, where now what we're going to do is still on the 2-tone. We need to figure out where we want the door. So more than likely we could put the door for this kid's room like right here. So again, we're still toning, but we're just going to do this. And then it becomes all of this. And then over here, it'll be the opposite. So it'll be on this right here. Go where now this is like this. And now we have successfully made 2 rooms, okay, inside of one large square. And I'm not going to sit down and decorate all this just yet, but this is kind of like this. Now we're going to come over, do this, and this. And this is going to be the bigger version of what I've actually built on right now, like Nikki's realm and my little other single player that I've been playing in actual survival. And I'll show you guys that here in a second. The survival one. I just want to get this done. There we go. Because now what we can do is add in right here. We come down here. We know right here is where the door is going to go. Say I'm over here. We're going to come over here. Right here's the door is going to go. And then you can run the other stuff up. But what I like to do, because it gives like little extra discolor, like, changes the color a bit, do that. Because now this could be a place where you do, like, if you place it correctly, a painting might fit here. So you can actually add paintings onto these. So you're offsetting where a painting might go, or an area where if you have like floating signs, you might be able to put your kid there, put a sign and put like the name of the room or whatever in a bigger version or so. But yeah, you're 2-toning, it's doing this. Not bad. Okay. Now I am going to complete this off before we start working on anything out there, because over here is where you can add in your 3rd bedroom, add stairwells to go to an upstairs, all the cool stuff, okay? And what I'm thinking of doing is we'll have the window be like right over here and the stairwell be here that goes up to the other floor, right? Which actually will have to connect to where those beams are, by the way. Whoops. That's my fault on that one. I released a little too early and started to fly. There. So see, like that. And then what we're going to do is add our window in right here. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, that's going to be a little window. Right here is the hallway that, does that. And what I'm actually thinking about doing is maybe doing like, I don't know. We'll have to figure out what I want to do for the outside in just a second, but you're getting the idea of what this looks like. So you're 2-toning everything. So you're offsetting those tones. It looks nice. Let's go ahead and do some of the windows, shall we? So if we go here, we can go into glass, which, by the way, this ain't the regular glass. We have that, but also have another glass one right here, as you can see. And we're going to be doing the clear stained. And what I want is glass borderless, maybe. or even just find a design we like. And I might actually go glass borderless, which right now is right here. And this glass is legit glass. It just does not have a border. As you can see, I can place it. Although I don't like how it's complete invisible though. I like it, but it's too invisible for me. I might want to go with a little bit of a darker shade so that way we don't have issues. So maybe like light gray stained. Yeah, like this. Boom. Okay. So you can see it's in my hand now, and you can see this is what it looks like. It looks a little weird on console, but I don't like that. But there's different designs of glass you can do, right? We're just going to probably stick with the regular console glass because I don't like how that looks. So we might do actually, you know what? What is this? It looks the same, although I like how this one looks a little bit better. So we're going to use light gray for this one. See? I just wish like the streaks would get removed out of that, and that would look really, really good on a pack. Just remove the little white square streaks out of the corners. But boom, perfect. We got our glass up. Right here, we can actually add in like clear glass, which is what we're going to do in a second. We are just going to be doing this. And we'll back out and see, back up, not back out, but back up and see what this looks like on the outside in just a second. Because once I actually finish the entire mansion, I can show you guys what it'll kind of feel like, just in a different coloration than what I did here is going to be different over on my survival. But yeah, when we do that, oh god, that actually looks really, really, really good. Almost looks like there's almost nothing there. Mosquitoes would try to hit this and fly into it like they do in real life, same as like birds and shit too. Nice. Boom. And then over here again is going to be clear. So we're just going to go ahead and pull this out. Pop that down. Pull out this. And we're going to grab clear. Okay. And that is going to be what goes right here. Boom. That way when you're inside and you're walking right here where the main door is probably going to be, this is where it branches off. Like think of it being like this. So this comes up, does that, and then we have this doing this, right? For a little bit. So it might do that. We'll say what? How many? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the ninth one is this. Which again will probably be where the window goes. So like this. And then the glass will go right there. And that's probably going to be how that goes. And then from here, we probably are going to do at the back of the house here, again, same thing. This comes up, does this, and then this comes over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, ninth one here. This comes up, bring this over. And then this one is not going to be a window. So we're actually going to three-tone this. So it's going to be this. Because our window is going to be what goes in the middle, by the way, on this side. So it's going to be this with the front window, no window here. And then what we're going to do is do, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. This is our window. Okay, where this one is not going to have a window. this is going to be our main door. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like this. Whoops. There we go. This is going to be our main door. So we're going to find like right here and right here is going to be our door. Doorways usually do have a window. So what we're going to do is go above this. Well, we know this is, well, technically this ain't our door. I forgot we're going to be one more up. So we need to actually go right here because this is going to be like this. Okay. Same over here, like that. And then what we're going to do here is very, very, very easy. We're just going to remove these. And that all is basically going to be a window without a border. Although technically I could make that one more over for that section, although it wouldn't match the back. You know what? We'll do that actually. We'll do this. Remove this. Just so I can do one thing over here. So we can actually bring this over by 1. Break this. Actually, I might have to do this multiple times, actually. Hold on. Because what I'm wanting to do is add in a doorway, but still have, like, for instance, this. So we can still have this happen, right? 3. So the doorway would have to be there. Because think of this, right? Where I can still go up, but I need to extend it back one more. So technically, we're going to have to play with this right quick. So instead of actually counting everything out, we're just going to do this. Whoops. Because we know we want, what, something like that. So we can have the glass go right here. And then the door like this. Or we still do this. And then that stops with that. So that way this will come around. The glass will go over top of that. All right. Yeah. And then here. So technically we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then up. And then we can actually go up with this. Where now this is going to connect over. This will come all the way over. And then right here is where this will go up to. Dear God, dude, this is going to take a minute to build. But it's fine. We can do that. And then from there, again, we would take the glass we used earlier. So let's move this stuff up right quick so I can actually fit in everything I'm using right here. So it's this, this, this glass. And then we got to go grab the glass we were using earlier. So under this and then light stained. And kind of think of like this. Boom. And you can kind of see how it's all starting to come together. And you can build whatever you want. You can add weird shapes. Technically, I kind of wanted to do a weird shape. We'll probably do it in a little bit, but I just want to give off this. So we'll probably do that. And then weird shape, balcony. Yes, I'll do the deck, and the balcony will be where the weird shape comes in. That's what I'll do. So think of like right here, we're gonna do something kind of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we got to come over and do the same on this side and then make sure it all connects into one circle and then have something that goes up to support the balcony above. That'll be where the weird shape comes in at. All right, I like that. Um, and again, we've done this, so now we just got to copy this, which technically I think it was like what? It's like 9 long. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I can't count it from this side because I got stuff in the way. So we'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then the ninth one is a pillar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ninth one's a pillar. So you can see what happens. Where the windows is here is a wall in the background. Where there's technically supposed to be no window is a window. And then over here, the same thing. This is going to be a window here with no window there. And then we're just going to mimic this over to that side. So yeah, we got a whole heck of a lot of earth moving to do. But you can shorten this down to make your room smaller or whatever. I just like bigger houses. But yeah, technically if you're building a mansion, you want to kind of do like this. And then now where this is started from is 1, 2, 3. So technically, if I come over here, it would be 1, 2, 3. So right here, 2 out, 2 here. And you get the idea. This is going to be a really big balcony, a really big deck. Okay. So again, we're just going to kind of keep doing this till we get it spot on where we want it. Honestly, we actually could. So what? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll say 5. Okay, and then it'll be what? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like what? 1, 2, 3. So 5 out. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. Yeah, I think right here is where that starts doing that. So 5. Make sure I'm counting that right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. And then right here starts the this way, this way, this way. So we're getting into that circle a little bit. And it's not going to be one little itty bitty thing. I'm thinking this, this, and it ends right here, which is nice. We can have that happen. So it's a nice little area for a deck. It's not going to be easy to run rails through this. It really is not. Okay. But now we can come in here and put like support pillars that go up to a balcony. That's going to be about the same, by the way. And that will actually add support pillars to where we can do everything we need to. Yeah, much better. There. And then here. Whoops. I do get occasional stutters, guys, for FPS, but that's fine. Boom. Again, we're going to grab this, fill this in. We're going to come over here and redo the window to that backside in a second. I just want to get where this is right here. So what we're going to do is we might do something where this is a multi-window. It's not one. Okay. We'll figure it out in just a second. I just know, all right, here's where this comes up. This comes over. What we might do is add, let's see, somewhere in here, because it's going to be 2. let's find where the door is. So the left block is the one I just placed here, which means this one. Boom, like that. So it'll be a dual window. And then from there, this section here is not a window, so we can actually just bring this out, connect it over, blah, blah, and then start doing the rest of the stuff over here. So since we know that, let's go ahead and start finishing this. Boom. Let's see. Let's add a room right here, shall we? So we're going to do like, I don't know, it comes in, it's running up to this. So let's say we want here, maybe like a very big room. Actually, technically we can do 2 rooms here. Hold on, because I didn't do the middle pillar here. This one over here yet, which goes right here. Boom. So we know this runs up, and we can say right here is where this is. We'll do the room right there. Make sure I did put that in line. I did. Nice. Boom. Again, every corner is going to be that. Boom. I like that. And then this runs over this way. Come over here. So as always, just make sure it's just right there so the door will fit. I need to pull this back out. And there we go, like that. We can get rid of this now, because technically we are going to do a white 4 above. So think of it like this. I'm just going to do the first section of the house so you can kind of see what I'm talking about, guys. So like that. So when you're down here, it's light down here. It's dark down here, but light up there. So now the actual roof of this is going to be a dark roof because we're doing the second floor as light. Now, if we went light bottom and then dark second floor, then the roof would be light. That way we can actually have the tones feeling good. Now, if you're going to do this more simply in single player, use half slabs so you get more of these at a time. But to show you how the inside is actually going to look here in a minute, let me we'll do this one side of the house, go ahead and fill it all the way, and then show you guys how it's going to look. Again, this is going to be a wall. Get rid of this. This is a wall. This is going to be a support beam. It runs across to this one. All right. Then into this. Where if you notice, the reason we're doing it this way is because we know this is a room, this is a room, this is a room, this is the big hallway, right? Where above, we actually could do the same thing, same room mapping. If you don't want to do that, you could break this layer and put in the white 4, but I'm doing this so that way the room mapping can still look about the same for the next 4. And we'll have, what, like Three bedrooms here, so three, that'd be six, nine, basically 12 rooms in this house for bedrooms, right? Which would be on these wings, where some of those might not even be bedrooms. I could make like this whole hallway here turn into something like the enchantment area, the potions area. Maybe the rooms above could be enchantments, potions, a museum, maybe whatever. You guys can build it however big you want it to fit as much stuff in as possible. But just make sure you're multi-toning your stuff. And you're about to see why. So when we do this, see how it looks in here? Looks natural, looks like an actual house in a little bit. Now we can actually come over, grab our torch, hold it out, and imagine, your torches are here, right here, one in the middle, and then one here on the doorways. We're going to do one right there. We come down to this, it goes right here. We're going to do one on each side of the doorway. And then now look at that. It looks good, right? Nice and flush. It's not super bright. The tone looks great. There is windows to let light in and out. Um, all of that cool stuff. And then on the inside, again, the doorways have that. You could add like where the reason I do the three-way, like, taking this and going, okay, we're going to put, the log going this way right here. Even though you might think that looks weird this way or looks good, right? The reason I do that is so we actually have areas in here where the logs, you stick the actual torches. So again, to the window. Boop. Do 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 do. This, got to fill in the roof, which technically this is going to be the next floor, not the roof. Boom. So this could be a little cozy bedroom. Maybe you want to put a torch in right here. So we actually just need to break this all the way up and do that. Now we can come back over here, into here, and now we have another area to throw in our torch to light this room up a little bit better to stop mob spawns. Same as over here now, we have another area for a torch, like that one. Okay? So again, stops mob spawns. And you can do this for every bedroom. You want to come in, take a look, and go, okay, I want a torch to go in this corner. I want a torch for this one for that one. And then we have the double torch here because how I line that up so it looks nice. Come over, same thing, double torch here. We're actually going to put it to this side because that's how this one's going to look. And then over here is like this. And boom. Now let's go ahead and close this off. Boop. And to show you, this is how bright the room is. Not bad. This can deal with a little bit more light, but there is ways to do that to make it look nice, where you can actually add in like glowstone or any type of other light type that you want. But now let's go ahead and do the very final window, which is right here. Boom. For this side of the house. All right. And imagine everything we've done on this side of the house is going to be over here, not right here. This right here will be to show you guys what happens here. So this whole section here is where it cuts off. So we cut this off, bring this over like this. Right here, just look straight down. Right here cuts off. Okay. This is where it connects into being this again. Okay. And then we'll have our deck coming out this way that'll have like things going up to connect to the little balcony where there's going to be a balcony right here that you can walk out to kind of directly above this door. You're going to be able to like walk out onto a balcony where these will have like support pillars to it. So we're not having the full like square shapes in a little bit, but to kind of show you what I'm talking about, we'll be able to do something like this, come back to like the back one, bring it up. Come on. Bring it up and to the back one. Nah, we ain't gonna do the back one there. We'll do definitely the front. So right here. So you can kind of see it's gonna have this little circular look to it a little bit. We're gonna do the same here. Comes up. And then it'll be what? 2 spaces back on the third one, and it'll be on the far left side for this one. And then from there, again, it is 2 spaces back and on the back one for this one. Right? So this is how I know to keep the interior of this aligned inside of this right here. There. Actually, technically, let's go ahead and raise these up. So when you're looking at it from a distance, it'll look like that. And it won't look 100%, square. It'll actually look more round, have a weird looking design right here. Over here, we're actually going to be doing half slabs for a second. Or you can do trapdoors, up to you guys. I use half slabs, which is found under what? It's got to be this tab, right? Yeah, right here. Just for some reason, I was looking for slabs with the wood icon, not the stone icon. But we're able to bring out these, where now we can do this. And we're going to do that all the way through here, back to this. And then right here is where we're just going to be doing something like this. And we got to do that to the other side as well when we get to it. And then we add in exterior look. And this is going to be leaves, but I actually do need, okay, we do have logs, which is good. So what we're going to do is go right here in this corner. We're going to go in this corner. And occasionally just throw these in case someone accidentally breaks a log. It's not going to break all the different logs. Random throughout, does not matter where, just want to place a good random few. And then we grab leaves. Hold on, let me move this up right here right quick. And then you would grab like any type of stuff here, but I usually go with like oak leaf because it's the one that actually looks more bushy, as you can see. Depending on the pack you get, because these might change color a little bit, but you're able to make cool little designs out of this. Actually, that is one of the ones we can cover, same as these. And then you're able to have like a bush look to where now we can actually come over and go, okay, like right here, out to this one. And you can do that all the way through and just make it look you have like a little bush garden right here. Same on the other side. You have your little thing. Then out here for a pathway, you have a little path that goes this way, a path that goes around that way. And then in the center of that path, you can add a fountain, right? Very, very nice look to this. And again, this is going to be basically coming straight back, as you can see. And then we're going to be basically building this one by one over to here correctly in a little bit. Technically, I should have went back a little bit more. I mean, the balcony can be a little bit smaller, but now we're going to have to go up one, left two, like this, I believe, and then this. So it actually matches that and stays within it. And then it's over one. Want to make sure, yeah, it's back this way by 2, and then we do that again. And it connects into this piece. And then here it just goes straight across. And you can see how the different look to this is actually going to be. It's actually really, really nice. I like it. 2, 2. Oh, yeah, back and then 1. Whoops. Right there, though, right here. And then here is going to be on the outside. It goes this way by 2, 2, and then 1. And then this is the one I just took it straight back on. Boom. So you can see we're losing that square type stuff there coming in to make it actually look kind of mansiony a little bit there, which is actually good. And then later you can actually bring up like right here and connect it up to this one and then delete this if you wanted to, or you could just make it wider. So you can actually make this part like, make the house a little bigger, make it a little wider so it doesn't look like these are too close together. But yeah, we're losing that nice round shape to it, the square shape to it, making it look round on the front here. Good little deck. Then you come onto the actual door, stuff like that. The deck is actually going to be made out of birch. So let's go ahead and do that right quick. Because again, we are going with the different tones here. Also, the person that joined into the stream, welcome, welcome. I do want to welcome you without you feeling like I forgot about you or didn't realize you joined. I seen you join. Also, welcome, and don't feel shy to say hi in the chat. Boop. Good little way to build. Oh, come on, grass. It doesn't always stop me. Why did that one? Oh, the flowers will, though. Definitely. So let's get the flowers out of here right quick. And we do have a doors mod over here, so I can use a different door, but you guys would want to use something that complements this as a build. And usually I would go with something like, I don't know. Let's actually take a look at the doors right quick. Oh, the doors mod actually brings them here. Something with openness. So like, the dark oak door would be an okay like choice here, or even I think I like that too for the door style. But that comes off of the mod though. I'm trying to look for the other non-modded doors. Maybe even what's the birch door? That's spruce. No, we don't want birch. I was thinking spruce, my bad, but the spruce is not going to look good with this. So we're not worried about it just yet. But boom. So see how it complements the build there a little bit. And you can go with the lighter color of a door, but that's kind of what I do. I just look for the bit that complements it. And now we got our little deck going, got the little like leaf area, and you can actually trail this leaf area. So a good way to do that is start here and then work your way out and bring it around your house like this. And then work your way like that. And you can actually do this off of each little piece. So again, you would come over, then it would connect up, and then come over, and you're going to do the same all the way around. So we're just going to be doing that. Sit tease, and it's got to come back 1, 2, 3. So technically here's going to be 1, 2, and 3. Boom. And then you're actually able to do the logs again. So you're just going to go in, place a log like in this corner. I will do one like right here, one right there, and then one in the back corner. And do this. And then you want to go to the edge where the window actually is here and stop it like that. And you can add green to the outside of your house this way. Again, same thing here. Oh, whoops. Before I nincompoop out too much here. Again, just randomly place it. Does not matter how. You just got to make sure there is a log touching this right here. And right like that. So you're adding that to your house to make it look really good on the outside. You can also add in other sections. So what we're going to do is if we were doing a path off of here coming out, so it, let's say we were doing a path, you would think like this, and actually, to be honest with you, I would probably do it here and line it with this. And then you would have your, lights, and then, your pathway. Although, trying to think here, what could I do like this? Right. So it offsets. You would have your path like that, and you'd be able to bring it out and cut it off. But think in between your path, there's the occasional like garden like that where you can bring it out and add leaves, so it looks like you have leaves coming up to your front door with like a fountain in the middle, all different types of stuff. So for instance, we can bring it over here and go like, we want this big of a leaf garden. Okay, like we'll say right here. Whoops. It's trying to use the grass. I don't want the grass. Thank you. So like right here would be like a little, you throw this in. Whoops. Mind me again, because I did not add our logs like an idiot. So log, 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 log. The reason we do this is in case like someone breaks something or like, oops, I accidentally broke this log. It's not going to despawn the leaves because we have other logs. Okay. That's the reason for it. But bring it out here. And you don't have to do square. You can do different shapes. I'm just doing a square one just for show. But imagine, you throw your leaf garden down right here. Whoops. This. And then you're like, okay, I kind of want to do like something like randomness. So to be like this and over here and back. And then it'll come up right here and look like this, right? So you're not having a full square texture. And then you have your little itty bitty leaf garden like this. We do one more over here with a path in between it and stuff like that to go around. And you do like maybe 2 or 3 of these, add a fountain in the middle, the left side 2 or 3 of those. And you're adding a little bit of like extra culture to the outside of your house. Or you can have that, and then you'll do another one like in the back right there, one coming up right here. Then in the middle could be an actual full like potato, carrot, whatever garden. And then in between each section is a legit Minecraft garden or something. But you don't want to do too many of those. But yeah, you can do that. And again, just do weird shapes. You can do weird shapes too. And you don't even have to stick it at just that height, because I can come over and go, oh, what if I wanted, get out of here, cow, like that. You can do 3-layered like stuff if you want to, all different things. Again, add a fountain to the middle and just bring the population of like your view of what you're building out a lot. Pretty chill stuff, by the way. Like really, 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 really chill stuff. Give me one sec. Boop, boop, boop. Beep, bop, boop. Okay, into this over here. All right. Is it not going to let me do it? Or do it? Okay, there we go. Copy. There. But yeah, guys, it's actually simple to do stuff like this, man. And this is kind of what I'm semi shooting for, by the way. And this is kind of what my idea was when I heard like Sin and them, like, oh, we're getting back into Minecraft. And then like I offered to do my own little world before someone made like a realm and stuff like that, which I do understand because they didn't want to wait on me. My ass was like dead ass asleep. And then they were like, we want back on your realm. And they blew me up on calls trying to wake me up to get me to start the world. And well, to be honest with you guys, when I'm asleep, I'm dead to the world, man. Like complete dead. I'm a heavy ass sleeper. But pretty much they didn't want to wait. They were impatient. So they went and made a realm. But anyways, boop, beep, bop, boop. We've completed that off. And then now we're actually just going to show you guys we can do that. And then what we want to do is we can add another tone here to lighten it. Or we can go with the same down below, but we're actually just going to multi-tone this even on the outside here. For this, which is actually, again, not hard to do. We do this, and then instead of using birch, we can actually go for a third tone. So we can actually use jungle slab. Okay. And this is where we're going to get that trifecta of a whole nother lighter tone out here. So it looks really, really, really good. Okay. Pretty good. Okay. Again, it's got a little offset. And the reason we're doing this is because you want the multi-tones. You want your textures to pop in your building. So see, still light, still looks like this. When you're down here and you're running up, it's a little darker from under here, and you can still do everything you need to do. Next thing is, some people would say use other things here. I'm going to use torches because it's like early game at the moment. When I say early game, a lot of people might not have like the other stuff. So you can actually smack down torches here and make sure you keep them all at the same height. So like right here throughout. Okay. And since we're not actually doing fences, you can actually do this. And it's going to absolutely help like light up the area, make the area look a little nicer. And again, where all these logs are can be a torch. Happy little torch. Plus, if you're wondering, like in your builds, like how often should I place a torch? Just think of it like, where's all my logs for the offsets? So like this, like this. Again, there's a log right here. And you can kind of see how I'm offsetting my torches. And it's going to look really, really good. Actually, right here is going to be something like that. So I can't place that one yet. But we come out, and instead of placing it on the first one, we're going to come to this one so we can multi-side it. And then come down, same thing right here. Come down, same thing over here for the multi-side. Come over, and yeah, we're just lighting this up. And I'll show you how it looks at night in just a second, guys. It's a very chill way to do this. We're going to the middle one instead of each strap. Come around again to right here. Now this one, you can do two for the fact of it's double barriered and there's no like triple, like, you know, the third beam. And then right, Okay, and again, this would be where it turns, but I'm not going to worry about doing this side. But yeah, we've done this so far, and it looks nice. And then what we're going to do to add a little extra light, again, always next to the doors. And then the same thing on the inside. Where all these little beams lay, we're just going to do this. Okay, and again, right here is where it turns anyway, so we can go ahead and place that. We're going to come over. Door is going to be right here. And then right here, because we don't want it to face out, because we want the torches to face the same way. Place two, one. And again, you can place it on the inside here. It's actually going to go here, I believe. Proper height? Yeah. And then you're actually going to do glowstone stuff like that in the 4 too, because it's going to be dark like right here when it turns nighttime. Okay, again, take a look on the inside. Right here's a happy little torch spot we've missed. And let's turn this, let's do some nighttime right quick and see what this looks like. So slash, time, set, night. And see, nice and well lit right here. You can see there is dark spots. So like we have a dark spot, it looks to be right here. So we're going to place a quartz block here and a dark spot right here. So that's where the light is not touching. It also looks like right here too. So we're going to say every 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 space. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th space. One, actually, let's get some grass right quick. So let's do this right quick. Grab a little bit of grass. So that way I can patch this up without having to use any other blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the 7th space. So we know that's where that is again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1. 7. Okay. And then again, same over here. So where these are is going to be where the other stuff goes. So there we go. And then we'll continue the 7 spacing here in a minute. But that is where we're going to come in and go, oh, we want something that matches. So in this case, we're probably going to use something like glowstone maybe. Okay. So this is where the glowstone will go down. And I went ahead and mark this out, even though it's one lower, because we can actually still go ahead and go boom, 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 boom. And I didn't have to place the glowstone down, like break these and place it down. This is just so I know to go right through here and do this. Okay. And that is going to make sure there is no actual mob spots that will spawn mobs right here. It'll be too high in light level. And then we got to make sure we keep the same spacing from that torch to this on the other side. That's basically all we have to do. All right. So where that door is, which I believe is here, I think we still have the same spacing. Or about the same spacing. But yeah, this is what it looks like at night. It's going to be lit. We haven't even done the full thing there. And then the outside, looks like this now. Same as you can do one of these, another one right here, have a path that comes up and turns down where another garden's like right here, and then put like a pavilion right here maybe, and then a fountain somewhere out here in the middle, then add a thing that comes out and goes around maybe to the garage. I don't know. Your way of like imagining the mansion. But yeah, it is absolutely wonderful. And you guys can see how that kind of really looks good. So yeah, that's kind of what I do when I'm building. This is what processes through my head. Now, I don't have anything just as good as this is because I'm in creative at the moment over in survival. But let me show you guys the little survival world we have. Okay. We have two, technically, the, realm and then lucidity and fear-tastical here. So if we go to lucidity first, which is my little thing we were playing on before they put a realm up. Okay. You're going to see the difference in the building style between me and my friends. Don't slander them, okay? They're literally just starting out, putting a house down, got some bad stuff, and they're still working out how they want to build their houses. Me, I literally pre-thought I went over the ocean. I'm going for this style of house. So I went ahead and built for a style of house. They have not yet. So do not judge their houses, okay? But we're going to come out here. We're in the middle of the woods. Let's go ahead and go homes. And we are going to go ahead and click home. Not add home. Whoops. Homes. And then, did I actually not make TP to home? Okay, I did make a home. There we go. My bad. Usually the top option says TP to bed. That's why I thought it was going to say bed on the top option. But right here is my little thing, humble abode for a little survival. We do have the automatic stuff here for automation, same as like all this in my inventory at the moment, where we can go upstairs into this, and you can see how I've done my stairwell here. Looks really nice. Um, where these little platforms can actually hold torches, and the longer the platform, the more torches I can put down too. I left the health bars on, and something down below has health. I don't have the book for that in my inventory just yet. I'll have to go get it in a second. But we have our little balcony that you can come out to. Haven't even done the ceiling or roof yet. You come to this side. Right here is going to have the stairwell that goes down into the other side, because I actually didn't do a door on the other side, because I actually want this one to be like, you come out right here. This is going to be kind of like the library enchantment room. You go up right here is probably going to be like potions, stuff like that. You come through, have a little like living's quarters. Then you come over here, and this is the bedroom side. So you'll be able to get like to the first bedrooms, and then we'll kind of make a stairwell that goes down, probably like right here that goes down. Yeah, like right here that goes down this way, and then gets to the other bedrooms. So that's kind of what we are going to be doing. I was going to do a lot of bedrooms, and then later on I thought, nah, we ain't going to do a lot of bedrooms. It's just me living in this house. Just give me a couple so I can sleep in different rooms if I want to. But yeah, see, I didn't make a thing here, but I made it so you can still view through this. So you'll be able to view through to the hallway or whatever, because this was originally a window before I added the other addition onto it, which I might break out and put a door here, or I might just turn this into a full sealed wall, rearrange how this looks in here, add some like racks and stuff to hang stuff onto, and then have that be where nobody can just view through to the other bedrooms. But yeah, pretty much this is how this was, and it is absolutely turning into this. Don't mind like how it's not centered here. I originally started with a smaller house, and then I started growing bigger and bigger and bigger, and then also realized the platform was a little off, so I'll have to redo the platform, but I'm going to build the house and then do the platform, which then leads over here where I'm going to be able to mine this out, make a brand new staircase, maybe even do like an uprise, like maybe like right around here that uprises to the height of that and gets up to them, where we also have a house there, a house over here, and then this one. But yeah, this is my little world, where we also have Sin, which will be right over there, Nikki, which is right over there, and then Rayquaza, I believe, was right here. Or it could be Aggro. I don't remember exactly which one lives there. Um, yeah, that's this little world, which you guys kind of missed out on me actually starting to build this, because of like, I didn't want the drama from their Discord hitting to the YouTube channel. Which is not very, very big drama, but it's actually from a dude named Drama, by the way, and then also Pickle, because Pickle decided to do some dumb shit. When I say dumb shit, I mean like stalker type shit. Like literally told Nikki that he was going to show up to her house uninvited and force his way into a relationship with her, pretty much. So every one of us reported Pickle after that, and blocked him. Just figured I'd point that out. So we had stuff like that going on. The next one's going to be Fear Tactical, or Tastical. I said tactical like we're out here shooting guns, man. Nah, Tastical. Which is actually going to be the Fear world, by the way, which has like we'll say creatures, and then it has the infectious type of stuff that infects the ground and spreads through the ground. And I'll show you that here in a second as well. If we don't crash, because I did load the up, and we crashed.